Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Bucks County Curling Club. It is the second and fourth event finals here at the 2019 His and Hers Bonspiel. We are going to be featuring the fourth event, Hers event, the D final between Team Alessi from Potomac Curling Club. It's Christine Alessi, Sarah Nystrom, Erin Jennings, and Heidi Groves, and they'll be facing Courtney Shaw and her rink for Potomac, Courtney Shaw, Laura Hewer, Laura Lee, and Lauren Luthi.
A lot of Laurens.
Yeah, so basically Laura is always sweeping. That's just
That's a good thing.
We're here from the K&J Mennex warm room at the Bucks County Curling Club in beautiful Warminster, Pennsylvania, where it is a sunny 74 degrees outside, but the ice is a perfect 25 degrees and ready to rack for these fourth event finals. We are getting ready to get them piped in and all set for action. The ice is being nipped. I'm Dave Schmelt. I am joined by my cohort, the master of many beers, the maestro of Miller Lite, Many Beers O'Donnell. Hello, Many Beers.
Hello there, Dave. Looking forward to this. I love Sunday morning. Draws are the best, especially at a Bonspiel. This is when you got to put up and shut up.
Absolutely, and both of these teams have had a great run and played in very exciting semifinal games last evening. And this format does put those semifinalists directly into the D event finals. So for those of you unfamiliar with curling, this is essentially the third place game.
Yes.
It's going to be exciting to watch. A couple of good squads. Ice crew getting finished up here. Greg Danks along with Rich Hess taking care of it. Greg's been doing a great job on the ice all weekend. We've had nothing but positive feedback.
I'm not tech savvy.
Many Beers is still baffled by how the phone works.
There we go. And we do have four, and two of us are right here. So
two of them are us. Yep.
So the other two people out there, thank you for listening.
Absolutely. And if you feel like chiming in on the live stream, be sure to do that. We're going to be piping these teams on shortly. This is the last event that we're going to have here of the year. We will be melting down the ice and taking the ice out, doing some maintenance, a lot of improvements at the club. It's going to be quite exciting. We're looking at doing some improvements to our locker room, throwing in a drink shelf. You'll like that. You'll like that, partner.
More beer fridges in the locker room?
You have two fridges here of your own.
I'm just saying, more beer fridges in the locker room.
Okay. Well, we'll look into that and we'll put that to the appropriate committees. We're also going to look to remove some of the remnants of hockey.
Yes.
There we go, up to 7 viewers. We attracted a few, and also maybe install a shed outside to make it a little bit easier for us to store grill and patio furniture, cornhole stuff. Because if it's out there closed, we'd be using it a lot more than we do right now.
That is true.
So, Mark, do you have any plans for your off season as we try to fill the time here?
Well, just a little vacation here and there. I'd like to get a little bit more healthier, if I could, and be ready to go come September.
Absolutely, as would I. You're nursing a knee, ankle injury. I'm nursing a knee injury, so a little time off the ice is probably some of the medicine that would help us here.
That and 36 Miller Lights will help too.
Absolutely. I think we're at. Is that the actual count in front of us right now? Okay, so we're at 5. And that's the only time I'm going to give you the count. You're going to have to follow along at home to figure it out.
So this is scheduled to go off in about what? 10 more minutes here, Dave?
It's scheduled to go in 1 minute.
1 minute?
But we're just waiting for Rich to get finished nipping the ice.
We're all lined up in the warm room, ready for the piping.
Yep, Tom Jolly, member of Philadelphia Curling Club, always comes over here and does the piping duties here. Fantastic to have him. Now, in between draws, we throw an additional layer of pebble. Now, the pebble is the little drops of water, because some folks, if you don't know about curling, our ice is not perfectly flat. We put little droplets of water that we call pebble on it that allow the stone to travel the 146 feet that it is down the length of the ice. And that has to be refreshed. And then after we lay the pebble down, we run the nipper, which you just saw on the screen with Rich Hess. What that does, it clips the top of the pebble to form an even playing surface, and behind the nipper there's a lambskin mop to clean up any little tidbits that might be left behind. It gives a good playing surface right off the bat. And this is the part where we try to fill about another 90 seconds, Mark.
I know. I'm just watching the nipper going down here and not seeing much coming up.
Well, that sounds like an issue that you might want to refer to Dr. Niedrek. But generally for each sheet, you want to have about 2 1/4 ounces of snow by weight come off. If you have too much more than that, you're taking off too much of the pebble, which what you would see that these stones would start to slow down in the later stages of the game. Don't take off enough, and then you might not have the ice warmed up. Now, the alternate method to do this is to drag rocks, which we did when we were fully an arena club. It's still something that we do today, especially if we feel like we have slightly frosty ice conditions.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the rock box. That actually, that's probably the truest way of doing it, right?
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of doing both running the nipper and the rock box behind it, because oftentimes you'll see in a game the first and second end run a little bit slower because you're throwing rocks in each direction for the first time, and the third end is where you're up to true speed, where if you utilize the rock box and drag those stones across, you're almost up at that third end speed right off the bat. So it's a matter of time and convenience to use the nipper and utilize that solely. But if you ever have the opportunity to at your club or your league draw, and maybe you feel it's like a little frosty, doing both is a good thing. Pretty much every club still has a rock box laying around someplace.
Now, I heard, Dave, that we are getting new stones for our next season.
We are indeed getting new stones.
Are we donating our old stones, or are we going to keep them here? Because that's another you could keep them on the ice in the rock box if you really wanted to. And they're all.
I do believe our stones have a new home coming to them. That all that hasn't been finalized, but we'll know more about that in a little bit. But we do have the new stones are actually in the possession of our benefactor, who's taken care of that for us. They were happy to take advantage of the record low Canadian exchange rate. Sorry, Canada.
That's all right.
Sorry.
They won the NBA championship. And we're signaled by Greg saying the ice is ready anytime we would like to start.
All right, and the ice is ready. And let's listen to the ceremony and bring it in. Second and fourth event finalists making their way through the warm room, led by Piper Tom Jolly, and they make their way into the ice shed. And we see our participants coming into view. Kyle Foster in the Plainfield Curling Club. Ian Alexander in the Philadelphia Curling Club. Courtney Shaw and Christine Alessi from Potomac, which will be our featured game. And Tom will lead them down the sheet. Bonspiel Chair Steve Johnson getting ready to address the crowd. Shot of Drambuie being the traditional beverage.
All right, guys, you're all one shot away from playing later, but we're glad you're here.
To the Piper, partner. That tastes like Sunday there, partner.
It definitely does. Thank you, J2 Nova, for checking in with some comments. Love to hear you from Oregon. That's awesome.
So once again, we are watching the D event, hers finals. It's going to be Christine Alessi with her squad for Potomac. Her vice is Sarah Nystrom. Her second is Erin Jennings. And the lead is Heidi Groves. They'll be playing against Courtney Shaw, Laura Hewer, Laura Lee, and Lauren Luthi. We're looking forward to a great draw here. It should be very fantastic. Both squads very talented. To the live stream.
To the live stream. I do love that tradition.
Tastes like Sunday.
Makes you feel warm and fuzzy.
Like a peach.
I don't know, but
they're fuzzy.
oh, okay.
I got that.
I don't know
going.
if they're warm.
Okay. Our other D final is occurring on sheet C. That's the men's D final. It is John DeYoung from Plainfield against the Dutz from Philadelphia. Our second event, hers final, is Amanda Brockman from right here in Bucks County versus Janine Fermender from Philadelphia. So it is Courtney Shaw winning the toss. They will be throwing the red stones and having the hammer, the last stone advantage. And we're joined here by our third man in the booth, Mr. Jeffrey Gelman. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Dave. A little warmer in here. Was just out on the ice. Had the honor of delivering Drambuie, the sheets A and B. And as we do here at Bucks County, if you are here to watch the final, you get a shot of Drambuie.
That's definitely what we're going to do, and you'll have the opportunity at 1 p.m. today for our first event final. That's set up to be a barn burner. But we're going to have a great match here first to warm us up and get us ready for some curling. There's a good crowd here in the warm room at Bucks County Curling Club, about 20 people in the stadium seating, and all the broom stacking tables are full. We'll expect a few more later. Nice to see some folks who aren't even curling making the trip down. Have a sighting of Karen DeYoung watching John play. Patty Coburn threatened to walk out and crash the Piper March. I think he just wanted to shut a Drambuie.
So what do we have, Dave, here on sheet B? Our featured sheet is Potomac versus Potomac.
Yep, I'm willing to make the bold declaration right now that Potomac Curling Club will win the women's D event.
Way to go out on that proverbial limb.
I am good at making bold predictions. So we have Courtney Shaw's rank throwing the Red Rocks. They have the hammer of the last stone advantage here in this first end. Needing this one to curl off the guard. Trying to will it over. It's going to wick that guard, and it will push it. Is it out of play? It is.
It's out of play, so they will put it back.
Yep, that's a violation of the free guard zone. So for those who might not be familiar with curling, the free guard zone indicates that the first 5 stones are protected from being removable. So no stone can be removed that's outside of the house, so it has to be over the hog line and not in the painted circle area. And it cannot be removed until the 6th stone of the end. So with that violation taking place, the offending stone is removed and the original stone was returned to its location.
Boy, a little wick here is not going to be a bad thing if they could get this.
Yeah, they're going to tap it and
I like that.
It up.
That's actually very nice.
Split them both on.
Puts them both on, yes.
So now we do have Courtney chasing here with the hammer.
So obviously I didn't see the D or the semis last night, and they sound like some pretty good games according to my sister. Their game was very tight.
We had a fantastic. Our evening feature draw was fantastic. Great games all the way across the shed. It was really a pleasure to be here. Eventually we'll be able to show more than one sheet and look forward to the ability to be able to cut between games, but it was absolutely great. And that one is going to wreck on their own guard.
That's not a bad thing. You opened it up now, and they were buried behind that guard there, Dave.
Yep, and then we're starting to get some chatter here on the chat.
Apparently, Aaron's got a whole rooting club out there.
Everybody likes Erin Jennings. I mean, she definitely clearly has what we don't.
People who like her.
Mark, everybody likes you.
Tell my wife that.
Oh boy, to Saint Karen O'Donnell. God bless you.
Mark, while you were down and out with your injury, did Karen take care of your every whim?
No.
That's a shame.
It's to be expected.
Yes.
So, takeout attempt coming here. Happy with the line now. Need to get past the top one.
No,
Got to
this
make
is gonna be
sure.
fine.
And it's very good. It's going to sit.
That's fine.
And roll to be shot. Stone under cover. So it is 1 stone right now for the shell rink.
We got a shout out from you there, Jeff.
Yeah, Samantha Gelman says, hi, Jeff.
There she is. That's my daughter up in New York who is watching this game just for the commentary.
Zero interest in curling. Just wants to hear Papa on the mic. Or
Yep, she actually, our first game of the Spiel on Friday morning was streamed, and she was able to watch me while she was at work.
There we go.
That's awesome.
Good job there, Papo. And let me tell you about Timmy Fitz's Crescent Tavern.
Haven't heard that in a while. He's been on the DL as well.
Yeah. Get well wishes to Big Daddy Graham, Edward Godanis, WIP Philadelphia. Definitely want to hear Big Daddy back on my morning drive.
It does make it go smoother, David. It really does.
That and a cup of coffee definitely makes it go smoother.
Coffee.
All right, takeout attempt here. Trying to hold it hard for line right now. It's got to go really hard. It looks in danger of crashing
I think
that
they're going
guard.
to clip that front blue. Oh, boy. They really tried to hold it, too.
Yeah, it was a good effort. Just came up just a little bit narrow.
So it definitely looks like blue is shot here. If I can.
And for those of you with interest in other sheets, we will be giving you updates as the ends go. We try to give the updates once all the sheets are done, so we can give one big old rundown at the same time.
Got a woot woot out there.
Big shout out to our ice crew who's done a phenomenal job this weekend.
Yeah.
The ice has been fantastic.
It's been very, very great. Greg and Chris have been here a lot. I've seen Greg Wolf out there. Bill Peskoff has lent a hand. Rich Hess this morning. I played a very small role, actually stopping a flood.
Something was left on?
No,
all that rain.
the Thursday night. We were here Thursday afternoon, and the back storm drain behind the back door.
Yes.
Was all clogged, and we had like a 2-foot lake in the back.
Wow.
And it was just literally pouring through the door. Eventually, once the lightning subsided, waded out into the pond that was there and got her unclogged.
Yeah, that's bad if that would happen.
Greg and I spent a good half hour with the squeegees pushing water into the drain.
Nothing made it onto the sheet itself, though.
No, but
thank goodness.
Then we threw a few test rocks and decided that the ice was just fine and we're going to have a cocktail instead.
Always a good decision.
So it is 3 stones right now for Christine Alessi. She's looking to really apply the pressure to Courtney Shaw here.
This looks like it's going to just hang out. Another one guarding up that corner.
They just need a biter is all they need.
And that's
fine.
That's gonna more than nibble. It's gonna take a firm chunk out of the side of that. So a lot of options right now for Courtney, but there is a dearth of her stones. Everything of play of significance is of her opponent's color. And it looks like she's elected to play a hit and roll. So
I agree. And I mean, worst case scenario, you're getting rid of a stone, right? It's first end. Try to eliminate. What would our good friend Wayne say right now? Just eliminate points that are in there.
Well, he would ask, "What's your end goal?" And
what's your end goal?
What
are you willing to give up? How much?
And what's the acceptable outcome? Here in the first end, taking one is the most acceptable outcome. Giving one is okay too, but even a steal of 2 isn't the worst thing in the world. But right now you're facing 4. You have to make sure that you don't do that. So the brushes are on and trying to hold it for line. And all the way, the line's looking really good.
This is good because I think she's going to hit the
Get
inside and
hit
roll
now.
over.
Let's see where the roll goes to.
That's a
a
fine
very
shot.
nice roll.
That's a real good shot.
Right under cover to sit 1 for Courtney Shaw. A good shot.
Outstanding.
That would almost be cowbell worthy.
Yeah.
We have a bystander at Matt Pring.
The legendary Matt Pring.
He's the man, the myth, the legend, and the rumor.
Sometimes called the counter.
Yeah.
The Croydon Messiah.
Matt's rink will be playing in the C final coming up later today.
Yep, at 1 o'clock. Stay tuned.
Try to stay sober.
For our opinion on that, let's go to our Brent Larson. Oh, no, you never do that. Why would you stay sober? Well, that eliminates the entire point of going to a curling club.
I think they're just going to. They're just going to move that guard, which is fine.
Thank you, Brent. And that one came just a little bit off there. So now Courtney is sitting there fully exposed. All right, so Courtney's looking to throw a guard to protect her shot stone.
Dave, I mean, I know the guard.
No, throwing a second counter would be a good call too. I know that's what you were thinking there, and I wouldn't mind it.
But I think Courtney had hammer, right? Yeah, this is last stone.
Oh, well then never mind.
That's why I stopped myself in mid-sentence there.
All right, well, they have to get it in. Work really hard to make that a counter there. It's got to
get it in. It's got to be full white. Not going to be there.
Not
So
be there.
A single point for Courtney Shell. Score 1-0 in her favor after one end.
And considering what it looked like 2 shots ago, that's an acceptable outcome.
That's an acceptable outcome for sure. Waiting on the other sheets to finish their first end. The hammers are coming down shortly. John DeYoung getting ready to throw his hammer shot. Janine Furmender lining up hers. John DeYoung sitting 1. Able to draw. He's trying to draw around a whole mess of crap up front.
You ain't kidding.
But only has to catch full 8 foot.
Yeah.
So plenty of room. Put it out a little bit wide.
It's got to work.
And Don Arsenault
I don't think it's
and
going to curl
Ken Sievert are hoping to work it over, but that was throwing a dart to try to figure out that weight out there. A score of 1 for John DeYoung and Plainfield, and they take that advantage 1-0 over Philadelphia. And it was a score of 1 for Ian Alexander on sheet A, so they have a 1-0 lead over Kyle Foster and Plainfield.
I think Janine has a shot for 2 here. I think she is sitting 1.
So final stone on sheet D, and I actually think it's blue sitting, but that's
her shot. So
okay. And then it would be a shot for 2.
but she doesn't need to tap red in here, which would be not a good thing.
Yeah, that would suck.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, no harm, no foul there.
So they're going to post the score here. Now they're measuring. So we do have a measure. It did look pretty close from my view of the monitor, 50 feet away.
Good, you could see that.
So the first time this weekend, these games are not timed games. We have full 8 end games with an extra end in case there is a tie, being championship games.
Absolutely, they are final games, and this is where we play 8 ends. If necessary, now we do a ninth rather. If we do have a rule in place that if the team in hammer were to blank the ninth end, they will lose. So don't do that.
No.
That's not a good thing. But it'd be funny to have that.
No. Wouldn't it be funny? It'd be.
I would love. I could live with that.
A nice hit and roll there, and
That
it
is very
actually, it rolls onto the house, so it's 2 Shaw stones.
That's a nice shot too, an A.
They're lining up the measure on sheet D. It's a measure for 1. Jolie Jedlowski.
Well, they're still discussing the measurement. They're looking at it again.
They're going to go around again.
It's blue.
It's blue. It's 1 stone for Philadelphia. And Janine turns back to Brockman and says, "Told you so."
I had it all along.
It's like Courtney's calling for a draw behind his 2 front guards here.
Yep, that or a little tap would be perfectly acceptable outcome.
The way it's going to be, that's a tap all day. That's going to be actually going to come on the inside of that if it even gets there.
I was going to say, rushers are on that pretty hard right from the get-go.
All right, well, they're dragging it.
They're going to drag it onto the house.
That was great sweep
It's
in
going to
there.
end up being shot
Nice
stone.
sweep.
So now Christine's looking, and she's starting to see a few more red than she cares to see, and she says, "Okay, let's change the complexion of the neighborhood here." Put some blue rocks in there instead of red rocks, so let's take them out. Take out 1, maybe 2.
Got a little work to do here. It's going to catch the outside of that red, I believe.
Yep.
Removed it, but you didn't stick around.
Well, same spot we saw last draw. It's just right there and right about 6.5 feet out is just a little straight.
She might have threw it a hair heavy for the ice that was called. I don't know if they were calling more control. That was almost like a in-betweenish.
Yeah, on that line with that turn, we've seen that you really just don't want to give up the rock. Just put the stone on, put the broom on the stone and throw it. Allows you to use your brushers to help you. it's not necessarily falling there. This is a
Wow.
nice
Very
little
nice.
draw
Yeah,
that comes
it's got that
behind,
by the
but
guard.
it's going to go all the way through.
Yeah, that was just, they had to sweep it for line to get under. A little tap and split wouldn't have been bad, I don't think, there.
Oh, we're almost up to 20 viewers, so go ahead and text somebody and get them to watch.
Come on, Washington, D.C., we know you're out there, or Maryland. Get out there and start watching us. What else you got to do? Politics are terrible.
Yep, we're like Planet Fitness. This is a politic-free zone. No, I might imitate the president at some point, but it won't be policy related. So it's still safe.
All right, this is probably going to hit the front rock.
The front rock.
Yeah, it's just curling more than she wanted. I think she really wanted to kind of just get the inside and maybe get possibly both of them. But this isn't, if it sticks around, it ain't.
Nah, that's just.
Well, she's eliminating ones in the house, so.
So it's now one stone in the house for Courtney Shaw. She does not have the hammer. That does belong to the Alessi rink.
You would almost say she is forcing them right now.
The force is on.
Don't feed the trolls, Gelman.
This line's looking good right now.
Yes, those stones coming on down. The brushers are
Even
just
if
as
she gets a little tap.
She's going to be right on top of that other one if it gets there. It's there. That's fine. A little separation isn't bad.
We have some of our members enjoying the great outdoors here at Bucks County. We have a nice little yard where we've been cocktailing. Now, it's going to be Christine calling for the double takeout here to get rid of a couple of red counters. This
She
stone,
kind of winged it a little wide there.
it is set out just a touch wide and is going to
Did probably go right through that.
sail through everything.
Now, Dave, would you like something all the way on the other side of the house so there takes the possibility of a blank out of play?
And that is indeed what
Courtney's
is being called right
yeah.
now. Courtney wants to take the focus away from those stones. Now she may do something with them later. Erin continues to have her fan club. The destroyer of houses. But
Scourge of Prometheus, eradicator of dead wood.
unfortunately, a little bit wide in that last one. So the Brushers has some work to do here now.
Got to make this a counter. You got to get it in.
They're
trying.
to carry it on
Boy,
down.
they're really trying.
And
Man,
it's-
are they trying? And
They
I think
got
they
it.
did.
They got
They did.
it.
That
It's
is
gonna
great
bite
sweeping
on.
there.
It's going to nibble there. It's a little biter. Yes. Nom, nom, nom.
That's in a great spot, too.
So tough spot right now for Christine Alessi because facing three counting stones,
I think she's just trying to draw underneath it now.
and that is a strategy to definitely try to score a couple.
I let it move a little bit, but it's got to go for weight, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get
Needs to go for both, and they're going to drag it down and just have a biter of their own.
Yeah, that is
Oh,
definitely.
yeah, that's
just
I don't
off.
know. That's,
Just off.
depends on the angle here. I mean,
that's still not good for third shot. That's still just going to hang out there. So if you're Courtney here, do you think you're looking to put one behind that fighter that they have?
I'd like it high. I don't want to give them anything that they could sit on here. Like, I wouldn't mind something right in the middle of the house, high, top 12. Just off center line. Just give them nothing to draw into. And if they hit, they're not counting.
I think I'd like to tap their shot stone up just a little bit more. And you do that right, it's gonna be underneath a couple of guards. There's plenty of room on that side of the house, and that would truly make the force be on. It's a pretty sound strategy to make your opponent draw for one against a lot of your rocks. If they get their one, God bless them. You, as we spoke, accomplished your end goal of forcing your opponent to one. But you have the upside of maybe you steal 3 or 4.
No, I like what she's doing here. She's just trying to put it over here on this side of the house. Just block another draw path for her.
You realize when you say this side, they can't see your point.
But you could, and that's all that matters. People, I pointed to my left.
Which is the right side as they're watching it on the web stream.
I am totally confused. See, now that's a little too deep. You gave him something to sit on. I wouldn't have mind sweeping that to the back of the house.
So Christine is going to try to use that to her advantage and just draw down to it. That's where it has to be. Now the question, how do you get there? Going to take about 3.5 feet of ice.
It's basically got the room in the same place where Courtney
had hers, yeah.
Yep.
An important thing for all you aspiring vice skips out there. You need to pay attention to where the opponent had the broom, because you might be asked to follow it down, and the skip is not always paying attention.
No, the best thing is, if you know your skip ain't paying attention, you just lie, and he'll never know if you were lying or not.
There you go. Words of advice from Mark O'Donnell. Children, remember those words.
I believe she was watching where that broom was at, and she's got it in the exact same spot.
I was watching.
See? There you go, Joe.
A very well-trained vice/skip.
All right, they might want to sweep this for line. They might want to come off it now for line.
First skip stone coming down, being
that's fine.
Worked by the brushers, and it's going to be a bit heavy to actually
That's
take
all right.
out the Courtney Shaw stone. So that will leave them sitting shot, but
she'll take him out.
They'll be way out in the open.
You can hit and roll either way here.
Note the change in terminology.
Now, Dave, you wouldn't mind hitting this and rolling out of the way and make her force a draw.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't want to give them anything to hit. I mean,
yeah, I want to hit and spill here, or roll under cover.
Like, yes.
Force them to throw a open draw, because it's never easy. It's going to be her first time throwing a draw in this direction. And it would give Courtney a chance to maybe jump out in front here. So Courtney Shaw away with this.
Kind of control-ish.
Yeah, very reasonable weight, trying to hold it for line somehow.
She's going to try to just hit on the inside of it and roll over.
Yeah,
I have no problem here.
Line looks pretty good.
This is going to be a great shot.
Going to take it out, going to roll it over, and it will be Courtney Shaw.
That's a fine shot.
And it is Courtney Shaw sitting 4 counters. So,
Christine now has to just find her draw weight.
Big time draw time for Christine. This is
it's a good time to find it. That's for sure. Unlike drawing against 4 in the house.
Well, that's enough to make you tickle in the heebie-jeebies.
Yes, it does. This is where you hope that Drambuie is still in your system, keeping your nerves down.
I always found on Sunday that was a welcome shot to kind of bring you back in.
Ease you back into it. I agree.
Although I have rarely said that a shot is not welcome.
That's true. That is true, too. Sometimes it makes that cotton not go down well.
Okay, so here
This
we go.
line looks good.
It's all about weight.
Yes,
And
it is.
kind of, the sweepers aren't on it. I'm a little afraid that this could be heavy.
Final stone in the second.
Oh, boy, it's got to check up. It's got to check up.
This
It
one is
will not.
going to be heavy
Wow,
and
and we
sail
got a big
through
end
the
here.
house.
Oh,
A
boy.
big steal.
And it's a steal of 4.
Courtney up 5.
5-0 Courtney Shaw Potomac Curling Club after 2 ends. In the D finals, Bucks County Curling Club. Well, that's what we were saying. You put your opponent into a difficult opportunity, and even though, yes, the wide open shot is there for one, that would have been your end goal. Courtney would have had no problem giving Christine one.
No, absolutely not. Courtney played that end really well. I love that decision of going across the house and now taking a blank end out and really forcing her.
After 2 ends on sheet A, we've got the Alexander rink from Philadelphia and Bucks County Curling Club taking a 3-0 lead against Kyle Foster in his Plainfield rink.
Thank you, Jeff. And we have had the third end concluded on sheet C in the DeYoung versus Dutt match. And it was the DeYoung rink with a steal of something. So it's at least 2-0 in favor of John DeYoung. We'll get the exact score whenever Mark Mooney decides to hang it.
Mark's hanging something, but it's not the score.
You're telling tales from the locker room.
Well, right now, Mark Mooney is visiting the Little Vices room.
So I don't think he will be hanging. Well, maybe.
Just
leave that one. Just let that one sit out in the airways for a little bit there.
Just stop talking.
That's why I was very subtle with my reference there, boys.
All right, back to our main featured match here.
So the center guard is up for Courtney Shaw. Some folks would have called in, but the center guard is perfectly fine. The attempt at a corner draw or draw into the house
like
is
gone through.
going to be
A little heavy.
several scotias heavy.
Well, if you guard it in the first one, you could probably play this top 8, and that would be fine.
Yep, and Courtney's grabbing her stopwatch. She's looking to get a hog-to-hog time here. See how the ice is running.
How was it running so far this weekend?
It was running really nice.
We've been running a little bit more than 15 seconds hog-to-hog, which is very fast. Sweepers aren't. They're saying 5.
5's fine.
It's going to be on the guard.
Nah, I think they got it past it, Dave. I think they got it. They definitely got it past
Yeah,
it.
now get it nice.
Oh,
and
that's
buried there.
just great sweep. Full
Not bad.
biter, yeah.
We got
Biter, little exposed.
that was 15:46 with a good amount of sweeping. So the ice is still holding up pretty well here. Kudos to our ice crew.
All right, over on sheet D, can't quite see what happened. However, it looks like the Amanda Brockman rink has taken
Something.
a rock or two. Something.
Well,
yeah.
I think they might have got one there. That's about it. But
It was a steal of 2 for John DeYoung and Plainfield, so it's now 3-0 in their favor over the Dutts plus Ken.
you could see basically 100% of this shot here.
Yeah, it's wide open, and now with a large lead, removing Blue Stones is Courtney Shaw's priority.
All right.
Coming down with a control weight, and they're going to be on and trying to hold it for line.
No, I think they're trying to.
Got to hold it for line. You need to get past that front guard. You got to get past it, and you're going to wick it just a touch. And not and redirect, but just a little bit past.
Well, you just gave yourself a little bit more room there.
So now Christine has to find
cover that up.
Yeah, find a way to do that. You can alternately you could split the house as well.
Sure. I don't mind that either.
Because this shot does leave a double. It would be a long double, but would surely be there.
And Mark, you were right over there on sheet D. At Amanda's team, $3 took one.
Tied up.
Tie up.
Well, this is going to be all over them fronts. It's whether they tap something in here.
Yeah, Aaron Jennings, they're going to look to.
I let it go.
They're going to look to put it into the house here. It's going to wick off the top guard.
Hey, that's fine. He guarded it up with their other team shot, but.
That's actually not a terrible outcome.
No, you're still guarded.
I think Courtney's going to.
Yeah, she's going to run.
Yeah, she's going to run it back.
No harm, no foul with this shot.
I didn't catch the weight call, but I'm going to say it's going to be about a.
I'm going to say normal.
About normal, about a 10.
That's board. That's board weight, I would say.
Well, that's normal weight, bro.
You think?
Yeah.
I think that would go to the boards.
Not going to run anything back, but it does open it up a little bit.
Moved a lot more for normal.
It wasn't board, though. We got a couple of weight calls in between there.
That thing would have stopped right at the boards.
Yeah, the hockey boards. Board weight is not.
That's my boards. That's the only boards I'm looking at.
They don't call them the best. No, they don't even call you that.
All right, this is.
It's going to cross over.
That's fine.
Yeah.
A little tick here ain't bad either. It might stop it.
A tick would suck.
You think? Because I think they're going to give themselves a double here. Yeah.
Yep, that double is there.
And I think Courtney's going to go right to that.
And so I wouldn't have minded a tick, and maybe you could have hung on the outside of the circles.
So it'll be Laura Hewart trying to throw this double. You don't have to go crazy with the weight here.
You don't even have to throw it board.
I'd hit you, but you bruise easily now.
Yeah. All my blood is in my foot, Dave.
Hope we're on sheet A.
This is good. This is fine.
Gonna
It's
get
not
one
going to be a
and gonna
double,
roll
but it's
on-
going to sit
gonna roll
on inside
top.
and shot.
That's not bad. All sitting shots down. Half frozen. And Jeff, you have an update for us on sheet A?
Yep, sheet A. Just finished the third end. Kyle Foster on the
Nice.
board with one. Still behind the Alexander rink, 3-1 after 3.
All right, and back on over to sheet B. Christine Alessi is going to draw underneath the center guards belonging to Team Shaw. I feel it's a good choice. And what do you think there, Mark?
I don't find nothing wrong with it. I don't hate it.
No.
She might have just threw that out a hair more than they wanted to. We'll see what happens.
Well, I think the line looks pretty good. I think it's more of a weight concern. This appears to be.
Oh, boy, they don't want to crash on this guard, though.
It's just a bit
They don't
toasty
wanna
for weight.
Boy, that's gutsy to let that go.
Wow.
It's past the guard. A very good
Just
line
a
call.
little too much.
And it's going to make its way
okay.
back to
Well,
be second shot.
That's fine.
Now, does Courtney protect hers, or does she look to follow that in there?
Just follow it down.
Yeah, she's following in.
I'm telling you, anything full 8 is fine here.
Absolutely.
Don't want to be any deeper than that. They must be on it for weight because the line, it definitely could move.
Now they feel satisfied about the weight, and Courtney likes the line.
Oh, I love the line.
Trying to get it curled just a touch.
If they could just check up. I'll sweep it back to the back one anyhow. That's fine. That's all right.
Probably overcooked just a touch. He saved some of that brushing till later. The stone may have already accepted the curl. But not a bad outcome, and it is still Courtney Shaw from Potomac sitting 1 and 2.
And she has done the proverbial shrinking the scoring zone a bit.
Indeed. She has made it more difficult to score. So the stone away here for Sarah Nystrom.
Well played shot.
It's going to get the inside.
It's going to get the inside of that red one. And
yeah.
Oh.
That just
unfortunately,
Courtney's still sitting shot, but I think
it's still 1 and 2 stones for Potomac. So a little bit of an unfortunate roll there.
Again, top 8 again. It's fine.
Yep, we have the Potomac faithful in front of us watching.
We got Nancy GVDRH.
Where the hell did the R come from?
I don't know. It's Delco.
Well,
they don't know how to spell there.
The R, Mark, it is Sunday, so the R stands for Rush.
That's it. GVDNR Rush.
He picked up the R at the Acme. And we're joined by our favorite Dutchman.
He is our favorite Dutchman.
Roland Gertsen van der Hoek.
No pin, many beers.
Yeah, no. That is correct. I don't get many pins.
Let's go to.
Sister seems to be doing quite well, actually.
All right, thanks for reminding me of that.
Yep. So, Roland right now is saying, so Mark. So, Mark, your sister appears to be doing very well. You suck.
Your bring imitations is starting to get very much buffalo.
I do like to bring all the characters of Bucks County Curling Club in. If you're counting at home.
So what Courtney chose to do there, she actually just blocked up the drop path on that side of it.
Yeah.
That seems like a great call because, once again, going back and why am I talking like Wayne? But what was your plan?
Now, Dave, here's the tough decision. What do you like there? Do you like clearing something out of it and give yourself a future tap? Or do you like tapping that blue in now? Do you like trying to draw in now?
No, there's no hitting now. This is when you don't have rocks in the house and skip and you got your last 2. You draw them in and try to bail them out.
Do you like drawing this side? I like drawing the other side because I got a tap.
No, I like this side because for the very reason, if I am a touch heavy, I can catch the inside of my own stone and skitter in onto that backing. And at least I'm not going to give up 2.
A bit of a tough line being that far outside. We've seen 1 or 2 shots out that way, and they just Once you throw the right weight there, they're just going to die.
Well, yeah. If you're playing in the final, you're eventually going to face some difficult shots, and this is one of them.
This is.
So Christine Alessi with her first skip rock. This one is indeed wide.
It's got to move.
It's out in those weeds, and
it's going to die.
They're sweeping it, but don't think they accounted for that extra weight for the fresh path.
Well, right now you're just trying to at least cut down some of what's out there, which they did.
Not going to be able to do that at all. So it's still 2 stones for the Shaw rink.
Yeah, she can just tap up and basically keep her guard there.
And Courtney is looking to go for the throat right now. Going to throw a raise here to try to apply maximum pressure to Christine Alessi. And
why not just hit the blue?
Nah.
Why not? You can see it all day long.
Yeah, but then you're gonna still leave the open side. You're leaving it either.
Yeah, but then they can't get 2.
She's trying to lay 3 against, and have them draw for 1. Really try to apply maximum pressure here. I can't blame her. I think it's a shot I'd throw.
Okay.
When you have an opportunity, you have to take it. This is clearly there.
Well,
Stones away. They are satisfied with the weight.
It's definitely tappable weight here.
Think you need to go now. And here they go. Coming down, trying to raise up that center rock. Trying to raise up that center rock to get to B second shot. Going to brush it hard, and not quite enough. So, Courtney Shaw still sitting 2. No real viable shot to score 2 here.
Unless she's heavy on the draw and she could somehow tap that back red one out. That's the only way she could sit.
But you have to move both of them.
Yeah.
So right now, I think you just have to draw for 1 here.
Yeah. Draw for your 1. Draw for your 1. Get yourself on the board.
You need to, because if you give up a steal of 2 right now, you might as well just shake hands and come to the warm room. Because 7-0 is going to be pretty tough to come back in, especially both teams being pretty well skilled, being in an event final. With a 7-point lead, I'd be almost insurmountable. So, Christine is lining up for the draw.
She might have tightened it up a little bit more than she threw the last time. She knows she's going to need a little bit more weight. She does have backing, so you can't be heavy on. I mean, you can't be too heavy on this, I don't think.
Yep, Christine will have Erin Jennings and Heidi. Erin Jennings, the destroyer of houses, and Heidi Gross escorting this rock in. Sarah Nystrom will be calling the line. Big shot here in the third end. Got to make it. So here we go. Christine has the rock away.
She's way out there again. Way out there.
Weight appears to be a little bit better this time.
It's got to move.
Aaron and Heidi are watching it, waiting for it to bite, and now it's taking the line now, and now they're on the sweep. Now you got to get there. You have to get to the full 8 foot.
Come on, girls.
Got to get all the way to the 8 foot. Can you get to the 8 foot? Can you get all the way to the 8 foot?
I think they did.
Indeed.
That's a great shot.
That's a great shot.
Cowbell.
And that's a draw. Good draw for 1 by Christine Alessi to keep her team in the game. So after 3 ends of play, it's 5-1 in favor of Courtney Shaw, but a good shot by the skipper, a good brush by the front end, good line call, good team shot to hold that one together.
You said it well. It was a team effort there. It took a lot of guts to make it wait that long before you got them on the sweep.
Well, you certainly had to there. You had to wait for the stone to accept the curl, and
once it did, they were on it at the right time.
Taking a look around the barn here, over on sheet C. The Dutch scored 2. So it's 3-2 in favor of DeYoung. John wearing his customary cargo shorts. He does not have his curling sandals on, though. He told me that they're in need of serious repair.
Does he really have curling sandals?
He certainly does.
Oh, my goodness.
And lunch is served here at the Bucks County Curling Club. It is a typical Sunday bounty of leftovers, cornucopia of various stuff. I almost said something else.
Well, let's see how they play this end now. They're feeling it right now. That was a great shot by the skip. She's back in the game.
All right, in the third end on sheet D, Brockman has taken another point. So they now have a 2-1 lead after 3.
And hammer will be belonging to Janine Fermander from Philadelphia. Back here in our game, we have a center guard up for Christine Alessi.
This is going to have to really, it's going to be back house.
This one is going to visit the house.
Yeah, I think
say hi, hello, have a cup of coffee, and then
it's
say
all
goodbye.
Colors on that shot.
Christine looking to tap up her own guard. This has the benefit of probably going to leave a guard, and if you make it right, you're going to have one buried. If not, either way, as long as you make contact, you're going to leave a guard. It also allows you to utilize a similar line that you just did. Stone's coming down. The weight appears to be about back 8 foot.
This looks fine, Dave. If they can get it on a little bit, that's fine too.
That's
Two guards out front.
That's not bad at all. You have staggered 3 guards. They are protected, so Courtney Shaw cannot hit them yet.
And now you got 2 more things you could tap up in there. That's a man's plate right there.
JR has a cornucopia of a platter.
You filled every remaining space on that plate you possibly could, and congratulations, sir.
He's got a cheeseburger from Friday.
I don't want to know where you held the hot dog.
He's got.
Oh boy.
Oh man, that is a growing boy's plate right there.
That's a man that said, "To hell with carbs. I'm eating everything."
The hell with.
Clearly, you can tell we did not make it.
The hell with keto, he says.
Yes. He didn't do anything for OJ in his testimony. Oh, sorry, that was Cato.
America's favorite house guest.
You ain't kidding there.
I didn't realize we had hamburgers left over.
And Hammer Rock coming on sheet A.
This is going to be fine. I think it is going to crawl enough just to tap that inside blue.
Ian Alexander attempting the run back. He makes it, but he will not stick the
that's
object
fine.
stone.
Nice shot.
It will be one for the opponent. Steal a 1 on sheet A. So we'll make it 3-2 after 4 ends of play. All these games are scheduled for 8 ends. There is no time limit in the finals. So, Mrs. Manybeers was at an event which I was at yesterday.
Yeah, she was. She was mentioning.
Friday, rather.
She was hoping to catch up with you. Her and my son, little Manybeers, volunteered for the, what was that, the great?
Bucks Knocks Out Hunger.
Yes.
BKO Hunger.
And she...
An event where we made 150,000 shelf-stable meals.
Congratulations. That's great.
For folks in Bucks County. Bucks County has the perception of being extremely affluent, but 9% of all people in Bucks...
affluent?
Whatever you like. 9% of people in Bucks County are food insecure, and 16% of children.
Wow.
And
that's a great cause you guys worked on, and that's awesome. I'm glad to see that you're helping out there, Dave.
Yeah, and mine, keeping with the plug, we're about 10,000 short of the funding goal, which will allow produce to go with all those meals. So
I think you mentioned yesterday that all that produce is locally grown in Bucks County.
Yeah, most of it's locally grown, and also allows those food pantries to buy eggs and stuff like that, which people just don't donate to food pantries. Food pantries have to buy that stuff, and that money just isn't available. So only 10 grand away. $5 makes 10 meals and 10 pounds of produce. So uwbucks.org. Couple bucks, come on, you can do it.
It's tax deductible.
It certainly is. All right. Thanks for letting me speak to a cause true to my heart there. Although I have the volume control, so I was going to speak either way.
Even if we tried to shut Dave up, he was not going to let it happen. No, that's a great thing. All right, let's get back to the curling here. That was
absolutely nice little hit on that, but it will leave Christine sitting one underneath staggered guards, and she's going to try to step on the throttle here.
Thank you so much, Mike.
And draw underneath. And Mark has one more.
I gotta keep them refreshed. It's tough. Gotta stay hydrated when you're talking.
You do. Do you like the draw here, Dave? Or I wouldn't mind hitting that red either.
I love the draw.
And it's sitting out front again.
Well, unfortunately, we're going to be a little bit narrow to the broom here.
And you might actually tap red in.
Well, I'd let it curl at the moment right now and let it come on up. And that's what they're going to do. And it's just going to add to the mess up in front of the house.
Made red shot.
It does make red shot, but this certainly in the end with enough stones to come. Not necessarily worried about that too much.
Again, the sweeper, I think they like the weight here. They want to sweep, but this might be a hair strong.
Yeah, it does appear to be a touch toasty and is going to...
It's back 8 weight.
Come into the house and saunter on down to the back of the 8-foot and 12-foot circle.
Okay.
And just hanging on. It is indeed a biter there, Marv.
It is a biter.
Yes.
That would be a what?
We already did the joke. I said it's a biter, Marv, and Gelman went, yes. There we go.
I was listening to my beer. I like this. You got to get rid of it now. Smack them blues.
You're throwing blue. I actually don't like this.
Well, here's the problem, Dave. She's going to guard you up if you don't make a shot here. You could possibly run this back onto the back red and still be counting.
Okay, so.
And there you go. And now she's at least sitting second shot. If not, she's sitting shot.
Yeah. She's now shot.
Okay, I'll shut up, but I don't think that was the call. I don't think that was the way that he thought that was going to end up.
Well, that's why I liked the shot before of taking out that red in the front instead of drawing under for the possibility of tapping up. You would have been sitting out there with your taps.
Right now, Courtney is not a fan of this clutter right now.
No.
Which is why I wasn't a fan of the last hit, because you're reducing the amount of clutter. Got to be on this one hard to keep the right angle. Sweeping hard.
I think
very
this
big
is going to be
effort
fine, I
out
think.
of it. On the one, on the other. And
jam on the back, red.
Jam on the back.
And I think it's still shot.
And it
will
be.
It's not. It's second.
It will be red sitting shot.
But wide open.
Well exposed. For those of you at home.
The 22 people that are out there listening, watching, enjoying themselves.
I haven't been keeping track, so it'll be a fun little poll.
I haven't even keeping track.
You never do.
No, I don't. That's a good thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Shut up, Liver. You're fine. You're going to wear that shirt proudly.
Oh, I will wear that shirt. I'm going to wear it to bed tonight.
You may be wearing it on the couch.
She's going to draw in. Okay.
I like it.
Figure she draws in, uses that top red as a guard. And
yep,
it can't hurt to get way under that clutter to my right side. I don't know what side we're looking at on TV here.
See, the TV's over there.
Okay, so the left side. Okay, now I finally figured that out. If she could draw in way under the left side there, that's fine.
For the folks watching, right in front of us are our house cameras, which have a different perspective than the webcast that you're looking at from the front view. So we have to catch ourselves from time to time when we're saying left and right.
Oh, they got to go for line here. Oh, boy, do they have to go for line.
This one looks to be a little bit light. It's going to...
You don't want to tap up here either.
Calling it off now, just going to leave a guard. Probably a wise decision. It's going to end up as a halfway guard.
Okay.
So, Courtney Shaw sitting one. She's going to come in herself.
Sure, why not?
Calling 4 feet of ice. I almost want to touch more, but let's see how this comes on now.
Dave, a full 12 here on that the right side isn't a bad shot.
Who says we can't teach you?
I am now potty trained as well.
And we've just concluded the fourth end on sheet C, and the Duck rink has taken another 2. Stealing 2 there, and now has taken a 4-3 lead.
And do we have an update on sheet A there, Jeff?
Not yet. They are on their skip rocks now.
I'll tell you what, on sheet D, every end has been a barn burner for one. They've been around each other. It's been a really well-played game over there.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a game over there for sure. So Courtney Shaw is bringing the draw down. The sweepers say it has the weight now. It's taking the curl, and they're going to try to get past that guard. Sweeping it hard. Getting it hard past the guard, and it's going to wreck a little bit.
And
it's definitely they're still sitting 2.
1-2, yeah. And it's a great spot to be in. I mean,
they're sitting 2, and now, Christine Alessi
is forced to really draw into that tight port there to draw.
She has 1 rock to go.
Just draw in underneath all of them.
Well, the issue you're going to run into is it's a little bit wider than we've been. She's thinking about throwing a hit, and if you hit that one that's right there on the center line, you could possibly roll in behind the guards on the left.
Okay.
And now looking on the other side, I mean, there's good plays on either side. I kind of like the first shot that she was looking at a little bit more.
It's what you feel comfortable with right now. Does she like this hit, this weight, everything else?
I mean, they're both tough.
I mean, I don't mind. Like I said, I really don't mind that draw coming in through that port on the outside. Unless she feels like it's really cutting hard. She just drew one earlier. She might think she can't find the right broom to throw it at and the weight. This is a lot easier, like you said. It takes, if you can make that hit, weight.
Sheet A, fourth end was a steal 1, so it's 3-2 now. Alexander over Foster. Coming down to the final stones in the fifth end there, so we'll have a fresh update on that soon.
They're even discussing it down in the hack back there.
Yeah, well, this is a critical shot.
It absolutely is.
Because you did score, but you're not in the best of spots. So I think it's important to be counting after this rock. And I don't.
You have to be, Dave.
Yeah,
at this point you got to start stealing. She may be a hair wide on this. Oh no, maybe it's coming back now.
No, I
think it's wide.
No, it's on that straight side. It's gonna wicket. We're gonna lose a shooter all day.
Oh boy.
Oh. Unfortunately, wicks the Shaw stone in,
and she just needs to draw in for 3.
It's a wide open draw for 3 indeed.
That was the only downside of that shot. It was a tough one. I mean, it's where you felt comfortable. She just drew that draw earlier on that end. She didn't like how that draw was.
Yeah,
so
I probably like the shot on the other side a touch more, but
just a little bit coming in that way, yeah.
So Courtney Shaw just needing to be halfway in the 12-foot to count for 3.
And again, Dave, going back to your point earlier about this three's almost could be devastating to come back from.
Absolutely. So, this is a situation where you're telling your front end that the entire 12-foot circle counts the same. So it doesn't matter whether it's in the front or the back. Don't ever leave it light.
Nope.
So the stone's away, and let's see how they take it.
They're on it, and I think they're on it for line and weight.
Got to get it there.
I think they're going to be there. I think they're going to be there. They're trying their damnedest to be there, and I think they're there.
Working to get there, and
that's a great shot.
They have it all
awesome
day.
Shot.
It's going to settle in the 4-foot circle, and it's a score of 3 for Courtney Shaw.
That's a real well played end for her.
That's going to take the score to 8-1 in our D event finals.
Update from Sheet A, fifth end just concluded. Kyle Foster's with a steal of 2 and has taken a 4-3 lead over Ian Alexander.
So that game is tightening up. It's going to be quite interesting over there. So, Courtney Shaw going to be on the defensive here right now. Probably going to call a stone right on in. And Christina Alessi is going to have to be full-bore offense right now. Going to have to throw some guards and put a lot of rocks in play. It's going to be perilous, but in order to close this gap, you had to really play very aggressive. First shot's a guard, want to be in, came up just a little bit light, so now Christine calling to draw underneath. Some would suggest that throwing a couple more guards might be a little bit more prudent at this point. In order to score a big number, a lot of junk in play is usually required. This stone's going to curl up and actually be a little bit short of the shawl guard, so another center guard. Courtney and Christine, good friends and enjoying their time together in the house. Always tough to be playing a club meet in a final, because you're good friends with everybody. So Courtney's trying to draw underneath cover herself now. This stone is a little bit wide, it has some work to do.
Just an update up front. That platter is about halfway finished.
Gerard doing a fine job there. A nice draw from the shawl ring right to the back of the button. So now Christine trying to generate some offense somehow. Trying to suck one in there. Needs to curl a little bit heavy.
I missed the first shot there. Were they calling for that center line guard? Or was she trying to put it in the house?
The call was to be in. We ended up with the guard.
Okay, because you really don't want to be giving any guards right now when you're up this big.
Sheet D.
Wow, you are blinded. These like two 25s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sheet D, Furmander has taken a rock
purple
there, and it's now tied up on sheet D, 2-2 after 4.
Great game between the local teams from the 215 and 610.
Sure.
And fairness, the Philadelphia Curling.
267.
The fairness of Philadelphia Curling Club used to be in the 215.
Yeah.
In its day.
Paoli was 215 in its day.
Used to be at
Yeah.
like 610. Yeah.
Right. So, many beers, did you know that area codes originally were assigned to major cities, with the lower numbers being assigned to major cities so that it would be easier to dial them on a rotary phone?
I did not know that. But I do remember that you used to have letters. So our number at home was Stonewall 8, 8641.
Well, and my home phone number is Osborne 4, 9410.
And I was Orchard 6, 4291.
Yeah, so apparently we're all the gray-haired club over here.
Yes.
Hey, we missed a few comments going on here that are starting to come in. Got a lot of people here in Oregon watching.
Really?
Apparently it's raining and dreary in Oregon as they're watching this.
You're completely mispronouncing that, many viewers. It's Oregon.
Oregon, sorry. I say Oregon. It looks like iron ore to me.
Yeah, you're pronouncing the actual word, but we don't say that. It's Oregon.
Oregon, okay. I say Oregon. I also say water.
Well, water's correct, yeah. I went to buy a case of water from the Acme on Oregon Ave.
Yes,
Not
Oregon,
yeah,
not
yeah.
Oregon.
Yeah, right. Oregon Ave, yeah, not the Acme on Albany.
Before that, did you have to fill up your car with gas?
Yeah, you need gas, yeah.
But yeah, just a shout out to you guys in Oregon. Thanks for watching. Please continue the feedback.
Yeah, I was in it's so tough for me to even say. Oregon. And I asked, at a restaurant, I asked for a glass of water. And I got, a glass of what? Water. What?
Yes.
Water. What? I'm sorry. Water.
Yeah, I just cannot pronounce that. Sonny, we're committed to curling. I love that even better. And that's only, what, at 8:39 out there.
That is committed because he's been with us since quite early this morning. So it is Courtney Shaw sitting shot rock, half buried. Debating whether to take out the blue stone from Christine Alessi or draw under. And
I don't think you can hurt it either way here. Either one's a good shot.
Yep, she's going to ask one of her Lauras to throw one in there.
That is their team name is Lauren, and Honorary Laura, with Courtney being the Honorary Laura.
I just heard just call it God's Country. People will know. But I thought God's Country was Croydon.
No. Croydon was never God's Country. They call it Lower Bucks for a reason.
That one kind of stings, Dave. Boy, that did. I think that pick, that handle lost its handle, and it really went to the right side. Or the left side as you're watching. No, that is the right side.
That is the right side.
Yeah, it definitely lost its turn. The handle is still firmly attached to the stone.
It definitely picked. How's that?
For those of you paying attention at home. Many beers O'Donnell. So shot away here for Sarah.
So Dave, going back to what is an outcome you would like here, you're trying to, with hammer, you need at least a 3 or a 4, don't you think? Or a 2. 2's the minimum. You're looking 3 here.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to get the back in the game.
Anytime you have the hammer, you need at least 2. Now, the way these are lined up, Courtney right now is going to attempt to throw a hit, but you're going to jam back, so.
You get rid of 1. If you throw it firm enough, you're going to get rid of 1. You lose your back red one as well.
This is a tough shot.
You got to nose it.
You nose it, they're all staying.
Yeah. With that weight, they're all going to stay.
So
actually, if she can clip the outside of blue, she'll peel that first one.
That's looking nose.
It's coming on down, and 1, 2, they all stay. They're not in shot position, but they're still in the house. But it does push the blue into shot stone, and now.
But you also pushed the other black or the blue one to the 3rd shot.
Correct. So now,
or 4th shot.
Right now, blue is sitting 1 and 4, but Christine has something to work with. Now, when you're down this much, you're going to have to take some chances, and hope for a miss from your opponent. So you're not going to be able to have a pretty textbook deuce or 3 and have everything under cover and guard the way you want it. You need a little help.
You definitely need a little help here.
This one appears to be set out just a touch wide.
She doesn't like it by her body language.
Sweep by it now. Come on. All right.
Let's buy it.
So now the shot stone is fully exposed.
Still wide open, and
Courtney's just going to come and get it, I think.
I mean, if you're gutsy, you could actually remove both blue ones here. If you hit it just on the outside of that, it's going to take both of them out.
Yeah, she might do that, and
why not? I think it's worth the gamble. You're at least removing the front blue one anyhow. That's a counter.
And Laura, or Lauren, or some variation of Laura, on the front end is wearing the trademark Potomac Curling Club On Curling Now sign.
Take off on the Krispy Kreme.
It is completely modeled off of Krispy Kreme, and it's an awesome sign that hangs on the inside of the other Evil Winter Sports area.
Got to pass by that sign many times.
To let them know that curling is happening right now.
We have someone asking for an update on the playing field versus question mark.
Well,
there's two playing field teams out there now.
Yeah, so I don't know how to help you.
Okay, so on sheet A, it is Kyle Foster with a 5-3 lead after 5 ends. And on sheet C, it is the Duck Rink of Philadelphia leading against DeYoung by 1, 4-3. And John DeYoung is throwing his hammer stone right now. That stone is coming down, and it is going to make a nice shot, and a score of 1 and 2 and maybe 3. Trying to get some input from the folks over there.
Oh, Courtney going for the ticking in.
Is that 2 or 3?
That's 3 blue.
And
3, right?
2, maybe 3. Okay.
Pring saying 3. Zach saying 2. I say it's 3.
I think it's 3.
Well,
I think it's 3 all day.
It's going to be 2 in a measure. So John DeYoung with a hell of a shot. So
it's 3.
At worst, it's 5-4 in favor of DeYoung.
No, that's 3. That blue is in. That's even in more than that red. That's 3 blue.
Well, it's close enough for the Vices to grab the stick. So we'll let you know in just a second. John is saying, whoo.
Well, Mike, we're trying to do our best here to help you out. Thank you very much for saying thank you very much.
Hammer shot coming up on sheet A. Ian Alexander's got a real tough shot to try to avoid a steal of 1 by Kyle Foster here.
And on our feature game, Christine Alessi still sitting the 1 with her first skip rock. I'm trying to make another counter here.
Yeah, I think she's just trying to draw in again.
You had to play hard for a multiple.
Come on. Get past that guard.
Got to go hard
you
past
got to
the
sweep,
guard.
Girls. Oh, man, you had to sweep. Nah, it's crashing.
And
it is 3 blue. Mark on sheet C, as we thought.
There we go. So, indeed, it will now be a score of 6-4 in favor of John DeYoung from Plainfield Curling Club.
All right, sheet A. Ian, as I said, has got a tough shot. He looks like he's trying an in-off here. Or not. Tap up.
Don't know what the hell he's throwing.
Well, that doesn't make things worse.
That was about. No, okay.
Yeah, he
let's be glad.
Let's
be glad that's not on camera.
Dave, what do you like? This thing's set up for like a little corner raise here in that red to knock the blue out, and sit in 3.
Throw a guard.
So that was a steal of 2 for Foster, who now. After 6 has taken a 6-3 lead over Alexander.
If you're Courtney Shaw, you're up by 7 points here. Why would you ever bring a big end in? Just throw a guard.
That doesn't look like a guard broom there.
I agree.
I like the aggressiveness here. You take it out, and you know what? You're shaking.
Well, you went and you asked me my opinion. I gave it to you.
I'm saying. I kind of like the aggressiveness shot here. Go for the throat right now.
Oh, absolutely. But I think you already have the throat.
Well, you're going to have it even more after this.
All right, so Courtney Shaw is away, and we're on it and trying to hold it for line. Shot's coming down. Got to go for the line. If you go for the line, you're going to have the shot. Got to hold it. Got to make it there. Got to make it there. Got to make it a hold. And boom, and boom.
And it didn't
work.
blue is still sitting shot.
That was slightly anticlimactic. It will be a draw to the 4-foot for 2 for Christine Alessi.
Okay.
And if you're Courtney Shaw,
that's fine. That's an acceptable outcome.
100%.
That's why I kind of like that shot. I didn't think there was anything bad that could have happened. I would like a little bit more weight on it. Wayne would have said the guard. You're giving up 1. That's an acceptable shot as well.
Acceptable outcome.
Outcome, yeah.
Hopefully we'll see Wayne for the later draw. Maybe
I'm sure he'll be here. He's got a lot
of skin in the game. Our main event will be Team Anderson.
Oh no, they're playing Christine. Or Christy, I mean.
Yes, that Team Anderson is.
Then we have
and the other Team Anderson is playing.
They will play Dunham.
Oh, really?
That's right, Scott Dunham.
Wow.
So we're going to have a real peach of a final at 1 o'clock after a scrape. So.
All right, Alessi takes 1 here.
It's 1 for Christine, indeed. So I hope that in between draws, you folks go and take care of what you have to. Grab yourself a cocktail, lean on back, and we are going to have one heck of a men's final as well.
Dave, do we know which one will be our featured game? Will that be the women's or the men's?
It is the men's final.
Okay.
I guess we should figure out that we alternate that.
Yeah. Well, I do have a rooting interest in the women's final.
Yeah, we do have our in the women's final. We have the defending champions, Christy Kirchner, along with Kristen Weiss, Julia Pring, and the far better O'Donnell, Pat. It's not even close, Mark.
It pains me to say that.
Oh, Brett Larson is in the house.
You know what? But age is going to catch up to her soon enough.
Wow.
Oh, you better hope she never listens to this. You are screwed, sir.
She is 8 years older than me, Dave.
And that makes her 37.
I'll take that. Drinks a lot less than me, too.
Don't worry, your liver is still 52.
Yes. I hope. I really hope my liver's still 52.
Australia.
Mark, do we have an update on that plate in the front row?
That plate is about 90% finished. There's a little bit of roll. If you're going to put all that food on, you better eat that whole plate down there. I mean, I don't see why you can't finish that roll.
Yeah, that's a real question. Can JR finish that roll?
Yeah. Is there enough room in JR's belly to finish that roll?
Good job on that man's plate, though. So first shot, looking for a guard that does coast on in, and Courtney rather, is going to take advantage of the opportunity to take it out.
That shot on sheet C.
Good one, eh?
Yeah, it was one of them good misses.
Ah. Yeah, this is a situation where Christine really would have liked that first stone to be off the house.
That was actually stone 3. The first stone did come in, and Courtney took that out already. So here goes the next one. That's also gone.
Well, I still would have liked it to be a guard.
Yes. Fortunately, at this point, she does not need stones in the house because.
And she's already out of the free guard zone too.
Yeah.
So.
Courtney's doing what she needs to do here. Just
Courtney's basically taking control. I mean, even last end, she's taking control. I'm sure these teams have played each other many a times, and they know the strong points and weaknesses of both teams.
Once again, big shout out to everyone who made this bonspiel happen. Steve Johnson, Stephanie Johnson, Laura Borden, Mary and Jimmy Fannin. Jimmy Fannin playing the role of greeter.
The lesser Fannin.
The lesser Fannin.
He knows it, so it's okay.
It's becoming a trend here that the younger brothers are the lesser ones.
Greg Danks with the run the ice crew. Chris Mahoney was here a whole heck of a lot with that. Tim Wood putting together a lot of the paperwork. I'm happy just to sit here and have a cocktail and be verbose.
I'm just happy I was able to make it up here.
Speaking of the Greater O'Donnell.
She just walked in. She walked in with that serious face.
The Greater O'Donnell walked in, and we're being passed by the lesser Fannin.
Yeah, he is definitely the lesser Fannin.
So aside, Dave, from all those people who have put this field together and have been running it all weekend, we've had a tremendous response from the membership here at Bucks County Curling Club, with the volunteers at the bar,
absolutely
taking out the trash, helping in the kitchen, serving food.
Yeah, it's been a lot of people. You know, obviously the chairs get a lot of help from folks. Even if it's just one shift doing something, we can teach you how to do something. You can sign up for the ice crew, and even if you're just pushing them up, it's a big help turning the ice over.
You ain't kidding. We all learn from pushing that mop to being able to do what we have to do. You say it takes a village to move a mountain, and we've moved a mountain.
Yep, and Bucks County Curling Club, like many clubs in the GNCC, we are all volunteer. This shot here is going to be just a little bit outside and miss everything. We'll leave Courtney Shaw sitting 2 stones, and she is choosing to split the house on the other side.
Why not? I mean,
because the guard's a bad deal.
It is. I agree. Put this thing way over to the left-hand side here as you're watching.
Yep. There you go, Mark. Yeah, you got a big lead. In.
Yeah, in's not a bad shot. I think it's in. I think it's going to be probably maybe T-line weight here. So, Dave, you're the big bucking is coming up in September. You're getting excited. That's the one you like to run with having fresh new ice and everything else.
Absolutely, I have a couple of years left of my sentence.
That's always a fun time out too. I know it's all filled up, but come out here in September. What else can you do around that early September in between football kind of deal? And
yeah, the bucking's a great time. Run a little bit of a different format than what we generally see out here on the East Coast. We run the pool play format.
Love the pool play. And the lesser Fannin is here.
I'm fine right now, thank you.
I love pool play. It
does give you a 4-game guarantee. It also, at the same time, makes the the bonspiel will require 19 draws. So there's no theme at the Big Bucket bonspiel. Eat, drink, and curl. That's your theme.
I think people do that very well. It's a great way to kick off your almost like a calendar year for curling, starting it again.
Definitely, because we're the weekend after Labor Day for the Buck and Spiel, and $4.40 a team.
Again, I think that include all the
including all the food, beer, and wine.
You can't look at that being a bad thing right there. Anytime free beer or free wine is included, is a very good thing.
Yep, we have a good hotel partner with the Holiday Inn Express right over in Warminster, and they're pretty bonspiel friendly in terms of lobby room stacking.
They are. I've participated in that myself one year.
I'll never forget the year, many beers, at the Crooked Billy, where you're playing on my team, and we got eliminated on a Saturday around noontime, and the great Saint Many Beers, your wife Karen, was there and said, "Oh, so you'll be home tonight?" To which you said,
"No."
And they're still married, folks.
At that point in time, you just become a volunteer and you drink more.
In case you're keeping track at home, folks.
It's medicinal. I need it.
Just like Jepson's Malort.
Yeah, you can see Courtney's really applying the pressure.
She is
bringing everything into the house.
Well, and that's what you have to do.
You do.
With a big lead, that's what you do. Everything comes in. And
to this point, Alessi's not been able to take advantage of it. A lot of missed opportunities to take some rocks out.
You basically are just shrinking it down. Like, how many points can she possibly score here? She does it. The second end was just a killer. It was a killer.
Over in sheet A, a nice takeout by Kyle Foster to lie to, and it will leave Ian Alexander a shot against 2 in the 7th end, and he is trailing by 3. So definitely a crucial shot here. If you don't make your one, that is game over for Alexander.
We'll see how the rest of this game plays out, Dave. But the way things are looking, this may be the final end in this sheet as well.
This is Ian's last shot, right?
Yep. So on sheet A, Ian Alexander is delivering his final stone, facing 2 counters, one on the top of the 4-foot, one on the side of the 4-foot.
So
he needs to be full form.
I guess he's trying to sit on side that outside red.
He's throwing a down weight hit to the one on the
outside
side
of the 4-foot.
It is not going to curl enough.
Oh. But I think he counted. I think he counted.
No, he
didn't because he
did
knocked the
not.
other one over.
Yeah.
So down by 4. Ian will skate back to throw the final end.
Okay. Back to our featured sheet here. Courtney's got one of these decisions, like, just throw it in the house.
You could throw it through, it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
A tight game over on sheet D.
That game has probably been the most exciting game here right now, other than sheet C.
Yep, so, but Monica Lynn in a bit of a pickle.
Who?
Getting ready to throw her.
Who?
That would be Amanda Brockman.
That would be Amanda, not Monica.
Okay. Same ponytail.
It is the same ponytail. She is throwing her last stone, her first
skip stone against a hecton
of blue.
Yeah.
Well, I like the idea of hit and possibly roll under.
Courtney just looks like she's just throwing something lightweight to the wing here.
Puts another counter in. That's great sweeping. Fine. That's
so it does leave Potomac sitting
hit
2.
one and then
Potomac sitting 3 with hammer. Amanda Brockman over on sheet D, facing a lot of opponent stones.
They're on it. I mean, they're on it hard.
Sarah Acklin and Sarge O'Connor.
Yeah, that's right. Boy, that's got to go. It's got to go. Wow, does that got to go? All 3 of them are sweeping. Oh, boy.
Oh, and Sergeant Cupcake cannot drag it.
Wow.
I thought they were going for the hit and in. Apparently, she was just trying to draw in on that.
Over on sheet A, we have another steal for Plainfield. As we said, so it's 7-3. And Alexander trying to make something happen here.
All right, we're on Skip Rocks on sheet C, and we've it looks like Team Dutz just got 2 kind of locked there in the middle.
Yeah, John DeYoung not happy with himself from that last delivery. Looked just a touch dejected.
So Christine with a hit here, just now able to lie 1.
They are line 1 indeed, and the Dutch rank has a shot to draw for 3 here. And a draw for 3 would put them up 1 after 6.
That is a barn burner over there.
A good game indeed.
So the Dut Rink is employing the strategy of having their vice throwing the skip stones.
Yeah, well, Daniel's been calling the game too the whole way, so just the way it's listed. That's a good draw. So it's 1, 2, and 3 stones for the Dutton Rink. Makes it 7-6 after 6.
Over on sheet A, Alexander down 4 has been throwing up a lot of guards.
They got 1 in and 2 staggered guards.
Yep.
But now we're past.
We're down at the peel.
Guard.
Yeah, we're past the 5 rock rule, so Kyle's starting to say, let's get rid of some of them. Kyle Foster wearing his trademark sweater, which I believe he got in Iceland.
Hopefully for sale.
Oh, nice shot there by Courtney.
Wow.
And wow.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a score of 3 for sure, and make the final 11-2 in favor of Courtney Shull. And congratulations to them. They are our D-Hers champions at the His and Hers Bonspiel 2019. Congratulations to them, and also the runners-up, Christine Alessi, Sarah Nystrom, Erin Jennings, and Heidi Groves. We'll have the final for you at 1 o'clock. We will be broadcasting the men's A final.
Be sure to tune in a little bit early, be able to catch the Piper action.
We will have that all for you just a little bit before 1 o'clock. So for Many Beers O'Donnell and Jeff Gelman, I'm Dave Schmel. We'll catch you later.
Bye-bye.